Yeah. I made a sacrifice. I be wide awake while everyone's sleeping. I made a sacrifice to make sure that my family eating. I made a sacrifice. The money to hold, the clothes, the jewels. I made a sacrifice, cause that's what a king is supposed to do. I made a sacrifice. I made a sacrifice. I made a sacrifice. I made a sacrifice. I got the appetite for living a lavish life, so I gotta sacrifice. Now you in the afterlife. I need the resources. I'm carrying 3 crosses, working like 3 bosses, giving them free courses. You will pay for your sins. You will pay for your sins. Try to play with the twins. You get slayed in the end. We will aim for your top. You get grazed in the chin as we raise from the top. We was raised for the wind, jump in the water and rock the boat. You was just sheep, you were not to go, but you be smoking the rock and dope. Wasn't Muhammad said not to smoke. Wait for power to the people, to the powder and the needle. Wait for flowers and yeah, there you go. The cut is called Sacrifice off of the Twin album, that double album. Make sure y'all go and get that on www.twinthealbum.com. Now we're going to talk about album of the year contenders. I'm going to do this tonight, right? I want y'all to talk to me because I don't want to just be talking to, everybody. Like, I would rather us have a conversation. This is the wrap up of the year. Let's do the top of the top shit of 2018. I'm going to say that the top album of 2018, you feel me, is Twin the Album. And not because I was on it, you know what I'm saying? Not because I bodied that. It's only because, to be honest with you, I haven't heard 23 tracks from commercial artists or underground artists that could stand with Twin the Album this year. Hands down. I haven't heard the lyricism. I got hyped to some shit. I turned up. I did the shmoney dance, but I haven't heard the level of lyricism and the insight and the artistry that I heard on that album. That's super facts. And that's not just coming from Red and Blue. AA winning, Kambada definitely winning. Like, let's be clear. Let's be super clear. Somebody said the Carters, all right? We're going to let the family vote on that. Somebody said the Carters. They said the Carter album was better than Twin the Album. Talk to me nice. Oh, the America joint. We're dropping that soon. We want to do that again. Somebody said Drake Scorpion album. When it came out, the night that it came out, I did an unbiased review, and I also had a team of people do an unbiased review of the Scorpion album, especially since it was a double album. The night that it came out, it was super lackluster. Niggas was not feeling it. Kiki, Do You Love Me, and some other shit propelled that album to where it's at right now. Okay, I'm just saying it didn't stand the test when it dropped. So no, that album did not make the cut. Sorry. Yeah, Kevin Gates. Yeah, he did a good job, but I'm sorry, he didn't make that either. He didn't make the cut. I don't even think that he made top 5. I don't even think he made top 5. Poopity scoop. Scoop be poopity doop. Yo, to be honest with you, and remember, this is not about ego, and I don't want anybody listening to this to feel obligated or feel pressured. You can have your favorite album. I won't argue with you. It has nothing. It's your preference. That is something that you have a right. You claim that shit and you stand on it. Don't be LeBron and apologize for your tweet. You know what I mean? Stand on your tweets. You feel me? Stand on your tweets. But yeah, Astroworld, that shit is, Astroworld is on our heels. I ain't gonna lie. That Astroworld would be the only album, one of the only albums that I would say would be on niggas' heels. And I will allow y'all to vote that out. Yeah, that orthodoxy. Yeah, coins. Championship is crazy. Yo, Championship is crazy. Championship to me is, if anybody, like I said, if anybody listens to the first few interviews that we started doing with Brother Rich, I'm giving you history. This goes back to 2016. That's when our run with Brother Rich and the Underground Railroad and Black Magic 363 really started. The first few videos, we started talking about Bobby Shmurda, and then we went right into Meek Mills. In the video about Bobby Shmurda, I said that Meek Mills is he's the most visible representative of his generation to evolve and become what? The voice of the streets on some street knowledge shit. Not that shit you niggas be trying to push on us. Not chewing root sticks and all of this other stuff. I'm talking about street knowledge. I'm talking about realistic rap. I'm talking about realism rap. I'm talking about reality rap. I'm talking about real talk cloth. That's what Meek Mill represents. And in this year of 2018 with the championship album, Prophecy Fulfilled, once again, I'm gonna do a, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make a YouTube, a Instagram 1 minute video and give you niggas a timestamp and show you how he was laying. We got about 4 videos. Meek Mill, go and research it on Google or YouTube, the YouTube search bar. Meek Mill and just put Meek Mill, Alpha Male, Tupac, right? Meek Mill, Alpha Male, Tupac. Then put Meek Mill, Red Pill, Black Magic 363, and all the videos that we did is gonna be out there because you gotta know what you're looking at. You have to be able to forecast. You have to be able to have the foresight that when you see the potential in these artists in their raw state, because you have those eyes that can see and you have the intuition to pick up on certain people, because being in this community or being a part of this movement, it gives you all kind of social skills, right? Or, you know, life skills or superpowers. Certain kind of powers have come online in my body or in my mind or in my spirit or in my aura or in my intuition, my intelligence, that I could kind of see certain things that people can't see. And then I'm blind to certain other things. So, you know, there's balance. But that's what studying and really being, you know, and becoming the information, that's what it can do for you. So I was like, yo, that nigga's he's gonna be a legend. Let these little niggas go through their trials and tribulations. How dare y'all rush the motherfucking caterpillar from turning into a butterfly? You understand? People have to have a point of reference when we talk about their Heru story or their resurrection. Going back to what I said about Scorpio, there is no Drake if Pusha T, there is no Scorpion album being what it is if Pusha T didn't do what he did. There is no Drake being the motherfucking most important artist this year, because by far none amongst anybody, his star, his Draco star was shining the brightest this year. He went through a Scorpio ritual. He got bodied. Homie laid him up. Remember Surgical Summer and all of that other shit? The black face, the baby, the hidden baby and all of that. He was supposed to be finito. He was supposed to be finitos. He dropped the album. You understand? He was taking all kind of lame subliminal shots. I was upset with the nigga. Like, why don't you come at this nigga straightforward? And then he began his ascension and his resurrection through his what? Through his art. Through his art. I don't got to talk to you niggas. I'm going to give you what y'all want. I'm going to hypnotize you one more again. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Will you ever let me go? Every single woman in the world who he already had his hooks in on some Scorpio shit is Kiki. It's not just Kim Kardashian. It's all these chicks. It's Bird Box and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever about what he would have never mentioned if Drake didn't put his fiance, that don't got nothing to do with the movie. Do you niggas watch the Netflix series or do you just skim through it? This shit happened. So that's the movie. That's how it went down. He said something and then he did something and then he did something. But what I'm getting to is the underlying ritual of the nigga's album named Scorpion, but he showed you a Scorpion ritual. That's all I'm saying. And if you cannot fathom and see what that, you were just thinking that's some ordinary shit. That's not no ordinary shit that he pulled off. He was done. You know when you let a nigga bleed out on the season finale, and then it just the season is over. Niggas is like, Walking Dead is over. They killed the main guy, and then he comes back next season. And I'm not saying that the album was fire. I'm not saying that it helped you niggas free the chains that you had on you from white oppression. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it helped you niggas get your sovereignty. I'm speaking about pop music. I'm speaking about the culture called hip hop, which is the dominant. It's a fucking religion. You know what I mean? I'm speaking about Pope Aubrey. I'm speaking about the shit that Blue Pill laid out once again on some prophetic shit. Talk to me. On Brother Rich's channel, when we was talking about Kanye, and he said that Drake and Kanye got beef. Nobody knew about that. He told you in 2010 about who this dude was going to be and who he was. Because when Rich did the interview about Pusha, I don't even think Pusha T thing had happened yet. Blue was like, nah, the conflict is between the Bear and Drake and the Draco. Kanye and Drake. That's the initial, that's the beef. And it exposed itself. And what I'm saying, because we live in this world where these numbers, it's a number. I didn't make this up. I'm corresponding. This is a number. This digital world that we live in of zeros and ones, this light code era, the internet, this shit is number game. It's about your followers. It's about your views. It's about your streams. It's about that shit. That's the shit that makes this shit worth anything. These niggas don't even have sales anymore. They got streams. He broke mad records. When it comes to numbers, that nigga dominated on the numbers. Pusha who? Pusha what? And then in war, if the soldier comes for me, why not get why not get his boss? Why not take the boss out? Because I see the boss is the weak link. Why not kill the big homie? So why even worry about Pusha T when I only talk to bosses? And if you niggas don't think that Kanye's spirit cooked himself this year and put himself in a shallow grave, then I don't know what to tell you. And if you can't measure out how the two of them is going to end their year and how you could weigh that out, then when numbers mean everything to Kanye, not to you niggas, not to the world, not to anybody that's out there. I'm just showing you that this is a numbers driven. You know what I mean? The way that you measure success in some of those circles or in the industry, we're only talking about the music game. We're not talking about real life with y'all, but social media as well. It's a numbers game for a lot of people. Oh, this person got this amount of followers, so that must mean that they're super influential. No, nigga, there's follower farms in China and niggas got the plug. What are you talking about? Or it's just a lot of lames out there that follow lame Negroes. That's not a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, look how many views cat videos get. You know what I'm saying? Look how many views cat videos get. So imagine these niggas could get a lot of views. So it's not even about that, but men lie, women lie, numbers do. Men lie, women lie, numbers do too. So, but this is part of this new illusion. This is part of this new matrix. This is part of this matrix 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Where it's way more easier to fool niggas than it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. So the Scorpio ritual is this. We die before the world, right? Scorpios die. Scorpios go through a tragedy. They go through a downfall. They go through a scandal. They go through deaths, right? Puffy with his wife, Kim Porter, Scorpio, they go through deaths of close ones. Puffy with the Biggie Smalls, Puffy with the City College, with the 9 people who got killed in a stampede, and that's what actually gave birth to his name. Not to say that his name wasn't buzzing before, but everybody was saying Puff Daddy after the murder that took place in City College when 9 people died during a stampede. I'm not Funkmaster Flex, but I'm giving you old history on hip hop. Yeah, some of y'all probably wasn't even born back then. But that's what made Puffy, his name started ringing. Then he came with the music, and niggas was in, you know, they was encapsulated. That Scorpios have that kind of energy. Don't judge us, right? Don't judge us. You know. Don't judge us. So what we see playing out between these artists, you know, going back and forth and whatnot. And, you know, a lot of people are truly paying attention to everything that they're seeing taking place. You know, they're indoctrinated. You know, they're following the procession of the stars. They're following the procession of the equinox. These stars that exist on Earth are similar to the constellations that are moving above us. These stars, these people are looked at and admired and adored, okay, by millions upon millions upon millions of people on a daily basis. So they have the attention, they have the minds. People wake up thinking about, yo, what are they gonna do to? I wonder what they're wearing today. I wonder what they're thinking about today. I can't wait till they get on live and talk to us. So, you know, this was a very interesting year. But getting back to the music, let's not lose focus. There was a lot of projects that came out. I would love for the family to reminisce on some of the ill projects, and you know, I could build on them as well. I'm not gonna keep embellishing the fact that I feel like we put out the album of the year. I already put that out there, and also the video of the year, Twin the video. You know what I'm talking about? If you haven't seen it, you can easily go and Google it, Twin the video, episode 1. So yeah, but this was a monumental year in hip hop. This was like 1988, 2008. Like this was a big year. A lot of people dropped albums. A lot of people released. A lot of people became more conscious. There's a lot more awakening and a lot more changing of frequency from such a lower level of frequency than what you see nowadays. Just think about it. The way that the music was in like 2003 when Gucci was out there, the early Gucci man, and like when Jeezy was running around with Snowman and the BMF movement and all of that, and they had all of the mixtapes in New York, and the Dipset was running shit, Bloods, niggas was throwing it up, you know. Compare that to right now. I'm in New York City. They said that there was less than 300 murders this year. They said that there was less than 300 murders in the Empire State of 8 million people in New York City, 8 point something. And they clocked in less than 300 murders this year in New York City. Nigga, the killers fell victim to the gentrifiers. You know what I'm talking about? Them niggas got pushed out. They're in the Carolinas body and shit. The killers can't even afford to live in New York no more. The murders is down under 300. So that means that there was 65 days where nobody died in New York City. If I didn't see that shit, I would never believe that. That to me, that was impossible. I had to triple check it. Because I swear the niggas is getting their shit pushed back every single day out here. I promise you. But things are beginning to change. The energy, niggas is walking around with the mean mugs, but I promise you, these niggas is they watch kitten videos. They're real soft. I promise you, bro. Don't believe that shit. These niggas go home and watch the best of Teletubbies. You know what I'm talking about? They be in bathtubs with donuts and shit like that. Like, don't believe these niggas listening to Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? They're very moist. They're very moist. The streets is very moist. You know what I'm talking about? The internet is very moist. Niggas that play behind computer screens are very moist. It's a different time that we live in. Shit done changed. You understand? Shit is tolerated that would never have been tolerated before. We just live in a different time, and I have to accept that. I have to understand. I have to pay attention to the reality that a nigga woke up in. I don't know. I know that, you know, it might be community service. The shit might change once I finish suffering long enough, but I'm here, and these niggas is all around us. These niggas is a virus. Who saw Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet? These niggas is a virus. They spread it. They spread around like Wreck-It Ralph. You know what I mean? There's malware all in the community. There's malware all in social media. Then niggas is living viruses. Wreck-It Ralphs. You feel me? So we don't even fuck with that. We send Norton after those niggas. You know what I'm talking about? We erase these niggas with Norton. You got to level up. So, man, like, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Let's not do the year. Let's do the year in review and consciousness. You know, this shit crazy. If consciousness was a stock, what did it do this year? So the streets is bad. What niggas is not killing with gunplay in New York, they're dying spiritually in New York. So the murders went down in New York, right? The murders went down in New York, but I'm seeing niggas die every day when I get out, when I get in these streets. I'm seeing niggas walking dead. They just didn't lay down yet. So they not killing niggas with the gun no more. They're killing them with K2, K8. They're killing them in the hospitals, in the mental hospitals. They're killing them with depression and stress. They're killing them with the dick pills and stuff like that. They're killing them with bad dope. And you know, shit like that is taking a lot of people out of here. It's a lot of walking dead. Let's be clear. It's a lot of walking dead. All around us, we are surrounded with more zombies than ever. If you don't have that in your area where you where you do, where you domicile or where you navigate through, then you might not understand what I'm talking about. But I'm sure more people could relate that there's some zombie like shit going on around us. And I'm sure that existed before because they were dope fiends when our parents were younger. You know, they were crackheads when we were younger. You feel me? They were crackheads when we were younger. They were dope fiends when our parents, imagine what our parents were seeing post-Vietnam. They was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's going on with these niggas? Remember my nigga came home in Dead Presidents? remember Chris Tucker? Zombied out. So the zombies always been there. But the shit that's going on with these white people, with these Anglos, these Europeans, with this opiate crisis, the stuff that these rappers are on, the shit that the rappers are doing, falling asleep on Instagram, Fredo Santana, Little Zen, what is it? Little Peep dying from drinking lean, liquid heroin, right? These people's are, these young niggas are legit junkies, yo. You got niggas that's legit junkies. Like this shit is Cooley High or something, right? And our children, not us, not those who choose to ignore it and get on with your meditation and whatnot in your tantra, but the little ones, the impressionable ones who are plugged into all forms of technology and vibrate on that frequency where they want to hear, everything ignorant because that's the shit that you probably were into, or that's just the shit that their friends may be into. And, that might not be you. And I'm not talking about you, but there's enough people out there whose children are being heavily influenced by motherfucking junkies who flash millions of dollars in front of them and give them the impression that you can basically be a junkie and be rich at the same time. Yeah, that's right. Real niggas smoke roaches, man. Fuck that shit. Rich dope fiends. All things ratchet. Right? It's only digression or progression. It didn't come out of nowhere. We've always been attached to this this devolution or this cycle. We've always been attached to these archetypes. All they're doing is season by season devolving and devolving and devolving. Like, it's not rocket science. But while we watch all of that take place, I'm also watching people evolving and evolving and evolving and evolving. So I am, once again, I'm learning not to look at the glass half full, half empty, but I'm learning to look at the glass half full. Okay. And the fact that the overall message, right, from the OGs, the Pete Rocks of the world, right, the Lord Jamals of the world, it's important that you identify OGs, right? Because that's foundation. So the Professor Griffs of the world, the ones who are still solid, they on a frequency. Then when I look down on the commercial level or the woke level, right? Because there's millions of people who are now suddenly woke as a result of being traumatized and as a result of being triggered by a program that was initiated by what they think is white supremacists, but it's a form of COINTELPRO. So now it's a whole bunch of people who are aware that there's something going on. And there's artists that they listen to like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, right? There's artists whose words that they trust and whose thought patterns and mind state they are, adaptive to. It used to be Nas Escobar, but he hasn't put out a lot of projects. But you also got, street rappers and whatnot. We'll talk about that in a minute. But some of the OGs like Jay-Z, who have influence over millions of people's minds. You got artists like Dame Dash. He's not really an artist, but he's still a personality. You got OGs that are just trying to speak reality. They don't got to be super deep. They're just trying to be, they're just trying to give people some kind of sound advice versus what they might have been saying 20 years ago. Because, there's some people that would never have thought that they would hear certain people, stick to, dropping jewels and whatnot, or being a family man and a businessman and a father and an OG who's basically saying boss up, get it, don't get it the short way. So we have to understand that there is somewhat of a renaissance, a low-level renaissance, but a renaissance nonetheless, that is slowly taking place even in the entertainment industry. What is known as consciousness, or what is known as knowledge and knowledge of self, or what is known as, whatever they call it or term it. I'm saying that in 2018, going all the way back to 2008, when this shit really started picking up, right? This has had a monumental effect on the minds of millions of people. It has also had a negative and a derogatory and a very disenchanting effect on millions of people on a global scale, based off of the deterioration of it, okay? Based off of the infiltration of it, based off of the fact that a lot of things have been integrated into our means of communication, like social media, meaning that there was a day and time where social media didn't exist, but being conscious and being aware and being at the right place at the right time, that shit still existed. We just didn't have the internet. But the internet, as well as other things, the internet is a disruptor. So when new technology takes over and when it asserts itself, it's going to disrupt the modus operandi. It's going to disrupt the way of things of how things were before. So we go from a lecture community to a streaming online YouTube community. Then we go into an Instagram, Facebook live community, because that's a whole nother animal. There's people who I've never seen on YouTube. They're on Instagram, 300,000 followers, 500,000 followers, and they have movements and they're building with people. There's people who came off of Facebook with a whole bunch of followers, didn't have nothing to do to YouTube. So there's all kind of universes. There's all kind of subcategories. There's all kind of clit niche communities. There's all kind of offshoots and things of that nature. It's become, it has nodes. It's become a hydra. It's become, you know, this thing called consciousness has many different facets to it. So you have to know this and focus on what is most important. And we share this on many occasions, and that is your transformation. That is your knowledge of self, self-discovery, of your self-worth, and yourself and your health and your wealth and your self-love, being able to take care of yourself, being able to appreciate yourself, being able to invest in yourself. Knowledge of self. This ain't about nothing else. Knowledge of self. That's why you're being shown there's so many people who you have put so much faith into, so many people who you have given all of your power to. Once again, like you may have did to Christ or the pastor or the preacher, you done threw everything on this other mortal who appeared on your fucking phone one day. You understand? Don't know, you wasn't there shooting in the gym. You don't know what the nigga, you know nothing about these people. You just know that they're in your recommendations. So when you start realizing that you the shit, and when you start realizing the power of self, and when you get into self-mastery, self-discovery, right? Then you're going to really see the gifts that await you. And there's nothing that I can do, you know what I mean, to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? If you're not willing to make that happen, that's a step that you got to take in that direction. And hopefully the words, the what we talk about, what we've shown you, and all of the people that we've introduced you to can help assist you on the road of self-discovery, of your self-worth and your self-determination by in your self-mastery. You feel me? In your self-mastery. So get into that. Get into that. And when people show you who they are, it's on you. It's not on them. This is still the matrix. This is still a lesson. These are still examples. Remember, I've been here for more than 10 years. Do you know how many people I see come and go? This is an ongoing season. This shit is a streaming season. It's so many people that have come and went. There's certain things that you have to respect and stand by. So we're just watching these movies unfold. It's all a script. But the level of chess, the chessboard that we're playing on, it's not shaky grounds. You understand? It's a federal platter. So there's certain things that you can do, certain things that you can't do, and certain things that you better never do, because everything is being surveilled right now. It was told to us. Oh, red pill. You don't know if the federal government says that they're watching the black identity. That's just they just blowing smoke up your ass. Okay. All right. I hear you. I hear you. But what I know is that when I do certain research and it shows me certain things, and then the research is shown to basically be on certain things begin to develop, then I'm going to pay attention to what's going on. You feel me? I'm going to pay attention to what's going on. And everything that I'm seeing with people who are acting, it's all pointing to some police shit, some COINTELPRO shit, some BIA type shit, agent provocateur type shit. So you just got to know what's going on, especially in the community or a whole thing that has been infiltrated. And people are known to be with police or law enforcement and stuff like that. Like this never took place before in the history of consciousness. So we know that we're in a very precarious times. And you just got to move wisely. This is about you. This is about self. This is about family. This is about legacy. That's what this is about. You don't worry about the Illuminati because you're not going to do anything to them. Don't worry about the Freemasons. You know what I'm saying? Worry about what the fuck you putting in your mouth. Worry about some of the things you're paying attention to. Worry about the things that you're giving energy to. Worry about the shit that's distracting you. And worry about that motherfucking bag so you can keep your lights on and put smiles on your little ones' faces. That's what you should be worrying about. And then when you get in that position, then you could begin to say, you know what? I'm going to worry about people who ain't worrying about themselves. Because if you're worried about yourself, then you don't need, if you're dealing with you, you don't need nobody to deal with you. Y'all just got to link up and do business and just keep building. So I'm here to build with the builders. And that's what I've been doing. And I did it the whole 2018. And I stayed focused and I left all of the goofies alone. And I stay with the winners and I put W's on the board. You understand? That's how you do the shit. So that's what we're going to be doing in 2019. You know, sometimes you got to keep your enemies close too. It's all a game, bro. Don't ever tell a man how to play chess if you don't know what the fuck is going on. There's nobody who was out on the streets with me every single day when I was out there on a movie set where the shit goes down. 125, right there across from the Apollo is the district. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, that's front and center. And I stood that all year. I don't be out there like that right now. But I'm doing internet business. You know what I mean? I'm more focused. I'm in a lab. I'm in a warehouse. I'm producing. But being on 125th Street, really being almost the only one out there. Shout out to Nova Felder. My brother Nova Felder, rest in peace, Dr. Jack Felder. Nova Felder, he was out there some of the time, Brother Willie and whatnot, but Sinetta didn't come out most of the whole year. He was not out there. You know what I mean? I was out there and a few other people, and that was it. And it was a very, I met a lot of beautiful people. I connected with some wonderful people. The Globe shows up on 125th Street to build and do business and take pictures and show love. Do you know what kind of feeling that is, fam? I don't care what I'm doing on Saturday. I'm on 125th Street if I'm not out of town doing a lecture or building with the family somewhere around America. I'm out there building with people from around the globe. And the things that they tell me and the reassurance that they give to me and the confidence that they instill in me, it's beyond words. It's beyond words. You feel me? It's beyond words. If you said the screen is messing up, I don't know. I got a clear connection right here. You know how YouTube play them games, right? You know how YouTube be playing them games. So, So it's been a lot of wonderful experiences this year. It's a lot that's going to have to be done next year that wasn't done this year, or things differently. I don't know for the family out there, for the Black and Gold Party, if we're even having that. We might not have that at the end of the year. And I'm going to keep it a buck with you. It's a decision that I had to make because of the lack of time that I got to promote it, because I've been doing so much with these orders, and I'm still in the lab handling all of this business and whatnot, because it is very, very I make everything by hand. Shit is made one by one. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't coming from China. So we may have to not have, I don't think we're having the black and gold event, the gala, on 4 at New Year's Eve. All right. And if there's anybody who purchased tickets, we will refund it to you off of the Eventbrite. All right. But we will be in Brooklyn January the 18th, January the 19th and the 20th in BK. Okay. In Brooklyn at Nicholas and Bed-Stuy. We'll be out there doing the damn thing. The Blood Moonologues and the Three-Headed Monster lecture with my brother Blue and Red Pill, a 2-day event. All right. So, you know, that's just an update and announcement. All right. But yeah, everything was good, man, this year. This was a beautiful year, man. Like, the birthday party, you know what I'm saying? We about to put the video out. We shot like a movie that night at the Soho Playhouse when we released Twin the Movie, episode 1. And we basically had a party. You know what I mean? We basically had a party. We had a performance. We brought other people through. Jamal Milton, brother Lex Jetson, Lighthouse, Cambada, Red and the Blue. So we're gonna put that out. I believe we're gonna put that through KTL Media on ktlmedia.com. You feel me? Yeah. We're gonna put that on ktlmedia.com. So, you know, it was a beautiful event. Believe you me, it was a beautiful event. Y'all should have been there. So yeah, so for the Vegas family in February, we're going to be in Vegas from February 20th to the 23rd with the Baba Professor James Smalls, and also with Freeway Ricky Ross. It's called Kemet in the Desert Part 6 in Los Angeles. So look out for that. February the 20th to the 23rd. Kemet in the Desert Part 6, featuring Red Pill, Blue Pill, Professor James Smalls, and your boy, your man, Snowfall, Rick Ross. You know what I'm talking about? So, when are we going to be in LA? I have no idea. I don't have that date yet, but it's supposed to be sometime in early 2019. If anybody want me to get to their city or their state, all you got to do is hit me up. The best way to hit me up is on that IG. All right, on the DM or the IG, EL_Filthmore, PHIL like Phil, PHILTH like Thomas, MOOR like Moorland, Filthmore, EL_Filthmore. That's my at. Go and add me. You know what I'm talking about? Please follow me. Yeah. Now Vegas gonna be lit. Vegas is magical. Every time I went to Vegas, I used to go to the magic show a lot. Every time I touch down in Vegas, that is a magical desert. I don't care what nobody says. The claims that there was civilizations in the Grand Canyon of a Kemetic origin is fully believable, because when you go into Vegas, you're going to feel the energy the same way when you go into Khalifa, when you go into California, you're going to feel the wealth. You're going to feel the energy. You're going to be elevated on those mountains. You're going to feel you're going to be able to think things into existence faster. That's why niggas be loving that Los Angeles, that Cali life. You know what I'm talking about? It's a different kind of air, even the polluted air, the fact that it's so elevated. But Vegas, man, I love Vegas. So I love Vegas. We're going to make some things happen out there. Demonic energy in Vegas. Thousands are buried in that desert. Shit, thousands are buried downtown in the slave burials. Right there by the Federal Building, Wall Street, and 100 Center Street. You feel me? So I understand the fact that they have a lot of people, a lot of bodies in that desert. There's a lot of, mob activity. That place was built in blood. Yeah, Central Park has a lot of bodies buried in there. It don't stop niggas from having picnics out there, does it? So, You know, it's an underworld energy in Vegas, though. Don't get it fucked up. I said that it's magical and it's a desert, but I didn't say it was Disneyland. You know what I mean? It's Vegas. You know, sex, money, murder. You know what I mean? Sex, money, gambling, prostitution is legal, gambling is the shit, and murder. You know what I mean? Vegas has that reputation. It does have that reputation. But I'm not out there murdering nothing. I want to murder the crap table maybe one time or two. I love New Orleans. I was in New Orleans. I went to New Orleans for the Essence Fest right before the Katrina. I was in the Superdome during the Essence Fest, right, but the year that the the year that the thing happened. The year that the thing happened. You know what I mean? You feel me? But I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't live there. You know what I'm saying? No offense to anybody that lives out there. That's just me personally. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great place for the magic to take place and whatnot. But you know, yes. You feel me? But hit me up. Let's make it happen. I would love to, if it makes sense, I would definitely be there. Like I said, many of the states that I heard tonight on a roll call, it was hundreds of cities. You feel me? I've already been to those cities. So it's elating to see the impact of being somewhere and building and teaching somewhere. And then you have those people from that city still tuned in and whatnot. So I'm ready to come back to these cities. I'm ready to come back to these cities because we're doing work and we could come with other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a network. We've always had a network, but the network has expanded. It's a whole new group of people. It's a whole new group of people. And we still got the legends. You feel me? And we go back to the legends. So, like I said, if you're serious about it, don't be afraid, don't be intimidated. Hit me up. I'm a businessman. I build. Like, we could work some stuff out. So, but I want serious inquiries only because my time is very important. And if you know, if you're serious, then hit me on that DM and we could get to building. You feel me? Yeah, shout out to Los Angeles. Shout out to Los Angeles. I loved Los Angeles last time I was out there. It was it was cool. It was cool. I'm going to be in Brooklyn on Saturday. Anybody that's going to be at the Kwanzaa event with Karanga, don't judge me. I'm going to sell my Gucci hoodies, aka my Garvey hoodies. You know, I'll be at the Kwanzaa event. What school is that? You know, I'm a businessman and I'm a vendor. So I don't get into the politics of everything. I go and show up where I'm wanted. IS 258 at 141 Macon Street, Brooklyn. I'll be there. The program starts at 4 p.m. It's the 52nd anniversary Kwanzaa celebration, re-imaging and remaking the world. Woo, that's a big task. And Dr. Karanga will be there. You know, I mean, yo, I want to see some, you know what I mean? I'm gonna ask some questions. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I ain't gonna be standing there like, no, I'm gonna ask some questions because I've been hearing a lot of things. So we need to get to the bottom of some things. You know, I need to get to the bottom. You know, because yeah. Yeah. The French got a copy of Kwanzaa. Yeah. 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 I can imagine that. I mean, to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to shit on Kwanzaa at all, like, because people that celebrate that, from my observation, because I've been to Kwanzaa events, right? It would be hypocritical and real bitch assed knit of me to thrash it and throw it under the bus after I was at the events for many years, and I saw the camaraderie and I saw the beauty in it in our people. You think I'm gonna judge our people because they may have been following something that they see as an alternative to a pagan or a Roman ritual that was called Christmas that they decided and elected to not play a part in? And I feel as a result of their reluctance to not play a part in, it has now trickled into it's grown, it's metamorphed, it's evolved into what? Mad people don't fuck with Christmas like that. Like even if they don't rock with Karanga and Kwanzaa. They not with that shit. They ain't with that shit. They like, oh, fuck that. I'm staying home. So I seen them enjoying themselves. They getting into the principles and all of that. I'm not here to judge nobody. You feel me? I'm not here to judge nobody. I told you before, I celebrated the solstice. That's not man-made. That's some shit that the universe made. Okay. The solstice. And I'm going to celebrate spring as well. So, you know. Oh, that new moon was popping. That new moon was beautiful. You feel me? That new moon was beautiful. You know, I was tapping into that energy and doing what needs to be done to make things manifest during that moon. The sun was pink. Oh shit. Yeah, the sky was blue. The sky was green and blue in New York. I want to see if some motherfucking some crafts landed. Okay, somebody in Queens said that they was out there and it was wonderful. The lights in the skies. The lights in the skies. Shit was lit. But yeah, we're gonna build a little while longer and then we're gonna wrap it up because you know, I got work to do in the morning. You know, business is definitely calling me. But this year, like I said, I'm not going to be on some New Year's resolutions. I don't do that. I just keep building. I keep it moving. I keep it pushing. I keep it going. And, you know, this is like a finish line for some people when the ball drops. So just do a little bit of reflection. Just go over to some of the experience that you had that did something for you. It could be, it don't got to be what everybody said was, you know, something for them. You believe that it was a power plant? If that shit was a power plant, like we need to have the conversation that why is a power plant burning, an explosion at a power plant making the sky blue for mad long, all the way into the Bronx from Queens and all the way into Harlem. Oh, now we're gonna be in ATL for the Super Bowl. You already know that. You don't even gotta say that. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, going back to some of the 2018 awards, I also want to say that the platform or the channel of the year, I would give to Black Magic 363. You know what I'm saying? With of course this channel coming in a close second. But my brother Rich, he's been very consistent this year. He's all, you know, he's staying on his grind. You know what I'm saying? He stays with high quality content. His content is unmatched on the internet, in my humble opinion. The level of information, the questions, the integrity, all of those things remain intact. So I would say this year for 2019, amongst the millions of new the YouTube channels that exist out there, the platforms, especially when I'm talking about a platform, I'm not talking about a personal channel. When I say platform, I mean channels that have other people on it, like other teachers, other speakers Like if you had a label and then you had talent at the label, that's what a platform represents. Platforms are homes to different teachers from different walks of life who deal with different information in different schools of thought and different schools of knowledge, right? That's right. That's a platform. You have to be able to distinguish that from people who are just have their own channel and they just talk into the camera and doing things like that. That's no offense to any of that. Once again, you niggas be all in your feelings. I'm just making a distinguishment between a platform and a personal channel. This is a personal channel. Well, not really. This is a platform once we get the shit back running. But right now, this is just, is being utilized as a personal channel. But what the brother has as a platform right now that he was operating in the calendar year of 2018, I feel was very it was at a bar that nobody was able to reach. So salute to the brother and salute to, his drive and what it is that he's doing with Black Magic 363. You feel me? Yeah, and go check out that interview that I did with Black Dot last night on the channel. And I would say that some of and I'm definitely saying that the motherfucking channel is the top because of the interviews that he conducted with me and my brother. Let's be clear. I'm going to put myself in that motherfucking, in that equation. Okay. When I go back and I look at the catalog, when I go back and I look at the quality of interviews and the information, not just the quality of it, the information and how relevant the information is to the narrative to this day, then I say, yeah, my nigga, legend. Yeah, you did it. You know what I'm saying? You definitely you're on the pulse of the culture. You're on the pulse of the culture. And that doesn't take away anybody else's legend status. That doesn't take away from anybody else's platform. That doesn't mean anything. So I don't want anybody to become some kind of, because it's the same thing as being at an award show. We got a lot of nominations, but I'm saying from my personal opinion, from my vantage point, my guy right there, best platform 2018, hands down. Okay. Go and check out that interview I did with Black Dot last night about LeBron James and 21 Savage always having to apologize to the Jewish nation, right? Niggas in Tel Aviv, Jews in California, Jews in Calabasas. You feel me? The Jew unit, everybody. They had to say, I apologize for tweeting a lyric in 21 Savage's song that said that I'm getting kosher money like the Hebrews or something. Nothing derogatory, just equating the synonym of money and Jews, like really dick riding them when you say shit like that. And the Jews didn't get offended because they don't get offended. The Jews got put on alert by the watchdog companies who are basically, they'll ridicule you and they'll take your temperature in the public if you even utter something about Israel, right? Then they're like, damn, these niggas gotta apologize. And they apologized. Like, real talk. They G-check these niggas. This is 21 Savage. This nigga got a knife tattoo on his third eye. He's into the African traditional systems. He's an active shooter. And he's in the slaughter gang. This nigga kills a lot of niggas in his rhymes, and he said he never lied on the track. And this nigga apologized for a lyric that he wrote saying that he's getting kosher money. But he did not apologize to none of the families, to none of the black people, to none of the people who lost their brothers and their daddies and their uncles who got gunned down with niggas with the mop and the stick talking about gang gang. So I don't, this is very interesting to see. At the end of 2018, there was a ramping up of the Jewish pressure on their subjects. And when I say subjects, I simply mean people who they have a control over in two ways. And I've shared this with you before. Contractually, meaning via the pen, and through what is known as the finances, okay, or that money string. You understand? They are the financiers. They are the Patreons. They're the patronizers of the filth. They're the patronizers of the killers. They're the patronizers of the trappers. They're the patronizers of the dope boys. They're the patronizers and the Patreons of the thoughts. They're the patronizers and the Patreons of the Cardis, of the Offsets, of the Quavos, of the 21s, of the Uzi Verse, of the 8,000 Lils on Spotify, of the Tekashis, okay? Because Tekashi's manager is Elliot Grange or Grange, and he's the son of Lucian Grange, who is the head of Universal, not the not the Universal Records, not the CEO, not like the owner of the whole fucking group, the head nigga, Lucy, and his son Elliot. They're Jewish. So we're talking about these people finance the pornography industry. Because remember, there's an intricate relationship between Hollywood and San Fernando Valley, where they do magic on the divine feminine principle, where these people who were used to get chased out of countries because of the fact that they would do what? They would demoralize cultures based off of the fact that they would bring in pornography. And they would bring in prostitution, and they would also bring in chichi business. Because if you go over to Tel Aviv, okay, that's one of the biggest communities of rainbow flags on the planet. Okay, so these people were known historically for their smut. Now, when you look at San Fernando Valley and the way that they have fashioned and programmed the images of what you see as black women, let's just talk about Pinky and them. Black women, what they have done, the way that they have shown you and programmed you, the way that because you even have porn stars who talk about the sudden racism that began to emerge, where they didn't even let the black men pipe down the white women no more, and they just had white men piping black women down consistently. That's called programming. That's subliminally suggesting to women who participate in the viewership of pornography that TT Boy and the rest of them niggas that look like the Backstreet Boys need to pipe you down and wipe you down. Like, that's the new shit. Like, that's what's in. Like, that's where it's at. And then Target puts out an ad, and the Gap puts out an ad, because what? All of them work together. They eat at the table together. So the people who are in control of Hollywood are in control of San Fernando Valley, are in control of Madison Avenue, are in control of publishing, are in control of marketing, are in control of media, is in control of public relations, is in control of financing, and they're in control of motherfucking film, Hollywood. It looks like a checkmate to me. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like a checkmate to me. So the people who we know as our heroes, not us per se, but the heroes to the Black America, who are the athletes, who are identified as the most valuable export that America has at the moment, which is called Black Diamonds. That's the LeBrons and the Jordans and the Travis Scotts and the Drakes and the Nickies and all of the Cardis of the world are Black diamonds. They are being fashioned and molded and given all of these different price valuations, the same way that the Israelis and the Germans are, and also the other Anglo-Saxons are in Africa doing the same thing to the blood diamonds and to the other natural resources that they get out of the ground, the carbon that they are able to mine out of the ground. They're mining carbon out of the fucking Magnolia projects. They're mining carbon out of Marcy projects. They're mining carbon out of Compton. Okay. They're mining carbon out the Bronx, right? With Cardi in them. And then they're adding a valuation to her image, her message, what she stands for. She's chilling with Ellen DeGenerate and all of them. By doing that, they're adding what? Commercial value to her brand. And then she becomes a global brand. And by becoming a global brand, she becomes a global influence. And by becoming a global influence, she now is able to be molded, and agendas are being able to be attached to her by the people who are putting her in these positions. And like I said, it's a cabal, it's a mafia. It's not a group, it's a mafia, and they all work in tandem. And the people who we call heroes, the heroes of these days, who are athletes, actors, entertainers, and things of that nature. They are contracted to all of them. They know about the power plays. They know who the hitters are. They know that them niggas will knock their tops off and they will put out a hit. But the hit could come through US Weekly. The hit could come through USA Today. The hit could come through World Star. The hit could come through TMZ. It's a character assassination hit. It's a hit them in the pocket, like Meek Mill said. Now they'll kill you. They'll kill your deal. They'll kill your deal. They'll kill your deal. Yeah. Those black girls that you see in San Fernando Valley, those are black women, those are young black women who came to Los Angeles, right? You're seeing horror flicks. You niggas talk about bird watch, nigga. Pornhub is bird watch. You watching bird watch. You're watching the birds, okay? Pick the fucking seeds up. You know what I mean? These are pigeons. These are women who came to pursue a dream, and the downfall of them is X videos and Pornhub, because they bring them into a lower valley. A valley is like the valley of death, where they emasculate them, where they are raping them, because you don't know about the horror stories that go. They feed the deep web too in San Fernando. It's a lot of those women that's missing. It's like Black Dot broke down on the show that we did with Rich. They're breaking spirits. They give you the money. It's about breaking the spirit. It's about breaking the you know what I mean? It's about the essence, to drain the essence. That's what they want. They can feed off of life energy. You niggas want the fiat. It's all about the fiat. Well, you knock yourself out. We want blood. Ambrosia. Peter Thiel. I put the video on my Instagram. They already made it public. It's a trial period. There's a company called Ambrosia, which is, I think, is Greek for blood of the gods. Peter Thiel is the owner of PayPal. He was down with him and Elon Musk founded PayPal. Peter Thiel is a Trump supporter, he's an LBGT Trump supporter, a fierce right winger, and a billionaire, and he has a company called Ambrosia. And what they're doing is they have young people giving them their blood. They have young people giving them their plasma, and they're utilizing that to stay younger. They came forward with a whole company. They've been doing that. It's called blood libel. It's called blood libel. And they've been doing that. But they made it a company. They're going public with it. So go and do the research. Like I said, don't take my word for it. It's right there in front of your face. Okay? There's a certain type of blood that these people are looking for that is rich and potent when you get it in the fear state. The same way in the slaughterhouse, when they slaughter the stock, they have them in a slaughterhouse in a fear state. Those secretions and whatnot, that's some of the blood that these people are utilizing. It's real out in these fields. So once again, there are a lot of things going on. At the same time, there's nothing going on. You have to be the manifester of your destiny. You have to be able to do your research and not your research. Don't let your research do you, right? You have to stay focused, be able to open up these doors, but be prepared to see some shit that you might not be ready to see. You might not be ready for certain advanced levels. Take your time, young man and young woman. Adrenochrome, the adrenochrome, okay? The adrenochrome is the blood that they are going after, that they're utilizing for these rituals. And when people say rituals, y'all be thinking, no, nigga, rituals so these niggas could stay around. That's the kind of rituals that we're talking about. Spinal cord fluid. And be very wary about, like I said before, when they manufacture wars, they're going after the babies. If you see them manufacturing any kind of conflict in wars, you have to pay attention, because that's when they're going for the blood. That's when they're going for the organs. All that shit in Yemen, all that shit in Syria, all of those conflicts were organ harvesting, motherfucking free for alls. Those were body grabbings, bird box. That's what that was. Go and do the research about the white helmets and how they were lined up with the organ harvesting, not who they say they are. All of, you know what I mean? So in all of these places, they have conflicts. They're all over the continent and all over the world, participating in these conflicts, taking pure DNA. They don't really need a lot of niggas from Chicago in the hood with the McDonald's and the GMO blood and whatnot. They would rather go get some people that got indigenous, that was eating deers and rabbits and shit like that. You feel me? Or some other people on a continent who have heavy iron rich blood. They don't have no fast food in their system. They've been chewing leaves and whatnot, eating wild meat. You feel me? And things of that nature. America, the United States of America, is in conflict in 52 nations in 52 countries in Africa as we speak. Not at war, in conflict, meaning that they might be snatching niggas and catching bodies. You know what I mean? Drops. So these are some of the things that we just need to, be aware of. They got bases and whatnot, and there's secret wars. There are a ton of secret wars underneath the maniac, the military controlled Trump administration. That's completely falling apart before your very eyes, right? So we got to pay attention. Like when they had the hurricanes and the islands, and then all of the NGOs flooded in, and FEMA flooded in, and they came in militarily, and there's thousands of people missing in Puerto Rico, and 4,600 people died, but they told you that it was only 46. Yeah, bro. Yeah, the same people that the Blackwaters and all of Titans and all of the private militaries and whatnot, those are the people who they've been sending in ever since Katrina to do that kind of work. Okay, they are remember the Iraqi war, for all of our veterans out there, the Iraqi war, the Afghanistan war, you were joined and you were overridden by private military contractors. I haven't seen the movie Vice, but I think y'all should go and check that out. It's about Cheney and whatnot. But they were bringing private military. That's what the whole they just found somebody from Blackwater guilty. He was the fall guy. He was the lackey for killing 17 civilians. But Blackwater killed over 1 million civilians in the Iraqi Afghanistan region during the reign of George Bush II. Okay, and they slowed down with Obama, but they were still cutting their teeth. Go and do the research. I'm not saying 1 million bodies, I'm exaggerating, but there was 1 million civilian deaths. And a majority of those civilian deaths that took place in Iraqi and in that region had to do with the private military contractors. They were out there catching the motherfucking ops. They was the one who cleaned out the museum. They was cleaning that gold out. I'm talking about Halliburton. Halliburton was the ones who were signing the multi-million contracts because when they took when the trillions of dollars went missing right before 9/11, where do you think that trillions of dollars was going to fund? The trillions of dollars was all of those bags that they've been giving ISIS, all of those bags that they've been giving the Taliban, all of those bags that they gave to them people in Benghazi to overthrow Gaddafi. They was like, oh, you niggas want porn and money? Money. All I need is the money. I gotta have the money. So once they got niggas with head wraps addicted to them to making it rain, they bought them out with the money. They bought them out with the money. These people are for sale. They created all of these rebel groups and whatnot by buying them out. They've been defeated by the Taliban. They got to negotiate with them niggas with bread. They got to pay them to stop beating them. That's what America got to do. That's not a girly book. Stop it. Okay. Niggas are stupid. So all I'm saying is those private military groups are completely active in pockets. And it's nothing for them to be active in the United States of America because that's what they've been training for. That's why there's urban warfare going on in the goddamn desert and all of these other places that they're basically training and doing what? Leveling up on the artillery. Because how does weaponry advance? How do you evolve your weaponry in warfare? In warfare, war does wonders for inventions. War explodes. It speeds up the process of the evolution because in war is where advances take place. If you don't take my word for it, go and do your research. The last major war, World War II, it brought forth all kind of advancements in weaponry and in warfare. And I'm speaking about mostly technological warfare and things of that nature because that's the era that we live in. You niggas want to apologize for having those conversations, but let me tell you something. We don't live in the Stone Age anymore. We live in an age where you have the people who are in power and the people who took over and the people who are, dominating, they're doing that with technological warfare. So war does speed up, things of that nature. You know how many things came out of World War II? But now it's a different kind of war. They don't drop bombs anymore. They drop gay bombs. They don't drop nuclear bombs anymore. They drop crack in the hood. They don't drop carpet bombs and Agent Orange anymore. They drop K2 on you niggas. You know what I'm talking about? They drop K2. Anybody could start a militia. Okay. you know. So it's just interesting. They drop opium. They drop the opium, the poppy seed on the population. The demoralization, the fall of America, as predicted by Elijah Muhammad. If any of you niggas are strong enough to stop it, I dare you to try. You feel me? I dare you to try because it's not gonna happen. Things have to take place in order for other things to take place. So while you're giving your life battery to the matrix to maintain it and to keep it alive, while you're continuously plugged into the, you know, the parasitic elites as they suck your soul and your chi and your energy from you and convince you to spill your seed and convince you to waste your seed and convince you to basically compromise who it is that you are and your higher self, they get stronger and you get weaker. You understand? You get weaker as you fall further from who you are, as you fall further from the veneration of your ancestors, and also participate in the sacred traditions to keep the energy and the power of your ancestors alive. You understand? So, once again, do the work. You have to be able to assess what this information and the information that you're being exposed to is doing to you or doing for you. It's two things: liabilities and assets. What is it doing for you? Is it a liability, or what is it doing to you? Is it an asset? You understand? You got to ask yourself that and move with purpose. And move with purpose. You know, this is not Candyland. This is not Winter Wonderland. This is not Pleasantville. You understand? Nigga, this ain't Little House on the Prairie. This is the jungle. Okay? This is the jungle. And a lot of these niggas is domesticated. They in a zoo. You feel me? If my screen is going crazy, then you know why it's going crazy. Because I'm going crazy. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going brazy. You know, I'm in the astral world. So it is what it is. But it doesn't stop what's being said. You feel me? It doesn't stop what's being said. I know that they might be messing with the connection, but it doesn't stop the information. It doesn't stop the information. You know what I mean? It doesn't stop what's being done. Don't get caught up in the moment. You feel me? The work is being done. So, you know, it is what it is. I think we might be affecting the screen because we turning up so much. Why don't we give ourselves that credit? Why is it always got to be them trying to zap a nigga stream? The fact that we live in this digital light code era, like I said, our energy could crash the motherfucking transformer in Queens, nigga. You could blow shit up just with your energy. Just with your energy. Stop underestimating the power of who we are. I'm not talking about me personally. I'm talking about us. Me strong. Me stronger with all of us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not retarded. I know 1 + 1 = 3. So one person, you could be a one-man team and a monster, but you could be a monster with a team behind you or a team with you. So I know the power of us. I look in our eyes every time I see us. I build with us. I walk with us. I talk with us. I know who the fuck we are. So like I said, we good. We're Gucci. You know what I mean? We're Fendi. And that's a Fendi. We're Gucci and that's a Fendi. But we have to do the work. We could be good all we want, but we got to do the work to see really how good we are. It's one thing to be good, but it's a whole nother thing to live good. It's one thing to be good, then it's a whole nother thing to feel good. I'm not just giving you some feel good shit. Oh, we good, my niggas. Don't worry about it. We're gonna be okay. You niggas can go to sleep to 2020. I'll wake you up when the ball drops, and then we'll be able to celebrate and have sex with 72 virgins. No, little nigga, it's not like that. You still gotta hold your own fucking keep. You still gotta carry your own cross. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, you're in your own cocoon, nigga. You gotta grow your own wings. So we could share an experience, but this is like reading a book on rock climbing and then actually climbing a rock. Like, it's just different. It's just different, you know. So get out the bleachers and get on the floor and get in the game. Get in the game. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, like I've been saying, you know, as the winter approaches, we're going to be taking the show on the road, and we're also going to be doing a lot of online courses, things online, so we can access right to your phone. I don't want to inconvenience nobody. You know what I'm talking about? I love to meet the people. I love building with the people. That's the best experience. But you know, niggas could stay home and just pull up their phone, and we could go online and we could get this information and these courses and this curriculum and all of this shit out and do some lectures right on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm completely plugged in with technology every day. Because everybody like, yo, you coming to Cali, you coming here, you coming to Venus, you know what I mean? My nigga, you coming to Mars. I'm like, nigga, how many places can I go in a year? You know what I'm talking about? To keep it 1,000 with you, I'm gonna keep it one honey bun. Nigga, every time I go up in a plane, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, no, I like flying, but the kind of storms that they've been having lately, you know, those 5 minutes and 10 minutes of me thinking that it's all over, I'm good, bro. I'll just go on my computer and talk to niggas all around the world at once. When I do these webinars, just show up. You know what I'm saying? When I do these webinars, please show up. And from those webinars, we could start setting up workshops. Okay. And then when I come to your town, I'm not coming to your town to talk to you. I could do that during the webinar. When I come to your town, I know that I'm coming to 50 people or 100 people or 500 people. And then we can actually do something for maybe 2 or 3 days straight, because this shit can't happen in 2 hours. The era of the fucking lecture is over. All right. Let's bury that shit in 2018 and let's move on to some more interesting things. You understand? And I'm glad I didn't burn myself out on the lecture scene. Thank you for all of you promoters that never booked me, because you didn't burn me out. So there's a whole nother level that we need to take this shit to. And that's workshops, that's conventions, that's seminars, that's webinars. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to boss up, my niggas. And that's where we taking this. I went to the Buy Black convention. Look, I'm still wearing the rubber band. I should say we buy black, right? Don't get mad, Moors. We buy black. That shit was legendary, bro. Like, that was what's up. And when I saw that, I'm like, yo, Know the Ledge conventions, KTL, like, we can do that. We have enough people in our network where we could have conventions, and we could pack convention centers and bring the legends out. Like, it's that kind of it's time for all of that. So all of my Patreons, I haven't even been talking to y'all lately. Shout out to my Patreons, Patreon /Red Pillar. You know, y'all are very important to me. Shout out to all of my Cash Appers, the people who sent me the apps tonight. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna say your name right now, because it's important to acknowledge you, even if you're shy. God damn, it's a whole bunch of y'all. Even if you're shy, I still have to acknowledge you, because you know you're very important. Latavia Palmer, Xavier D. Okay, my brother Deshaun Lowe. You're a legend. You know what I mean? I hope you like your fit. Tiffany Scott, Nick Lynn Styles, Patrick Mizak, Quentin Harrison, Paula, Sheena Brown, Edward E. Neves, Aiden Treywick, Latavia Palmer, Marshall Pass, all of y'all. I want to say love and light to all of y'all. And I appreciate your tips for the cloth that for the food that you're receiving tonight. You know what I mean? Because this is a plate. You know, this is food for thought. You know what I mean? This is food for thought. So I look forward to teaching, doing more bills, you know what I mean? More courses, more information. That book is coming, family. The family that's waiting for Fear of a Black Planet. I'm coming with that book. If not before the ball drops, right after. Okay. So everybody who is waiting for that, that's on its way. We're still doing 20 for $20 for 20 ebooks. We got the metaphysical bundle. We got the business bundle for all of you bosses out there. There's some bossolinis out there that want to boss up. So we got the business bundle. We got a whole bunch of dope business titles in there that I know that you're going to be able to utilize to build up your business and build up whatever it is that you want to do to get yourself off of maybe the plantation or maybe off the couch, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe off of the block, you know what I mean? Or maybe off the casting couch, or maybe off the subway bench. You know what I mean? Maybe you was one of them niggas in the subway fighting the police the other day in New York. You know, whoever you are, I want this information to help. Because like I said earlier, we're going to provide the tools, but ultimately, because this is about self and knowledge of self, and I've been watching and observing this community for about 15, 14 years, there ain't too many Geppettos that could just pull strings and make shit in your life change. A lot of the things that I've seen people do for themselves, they did it for themselves. They did it. They were the ones who implemented that. So once you realize that, then you realize that you're responsible for you. No one else. No one else. And the only thing that you are tasked with is to basically utilize the tools that you see fit to help you in your progression. When people expose themselves and show themselves who they are, and it's almost like being in college. I had some fugazi ass professors and I dropped them and I got with a new professor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I unsubscribed to so many niggas this year. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. I just don't watch them. I don't pay them attention, because anything that you give attention to, you're feeding the egregor. You're feeding the troll. You don't pay your tolls to the trolls. You cannot do that. So if you niggas don't understand consciousness, or if you, here's the irony in the whole thing. It's called consciousness. And then everybody's like, oh, we live in a holographic universe. So whatever you pay attention to, you give consciousness to. And then you niggas get trapped up in the trolling of consciousness, in the bottom feeding of consciousness, in the lower ranks and the lower level, and the egregor and the demonic and the sick, toxic cesspool of what is known as consciousness. You know what I mean? Like the shit at the bottom, because it's a lot of bottom feeder energy and bottom feeder activity. But you get caught up in that and you give it your consciousness, and you make it come alive. You make it come alive. You niggas give it birth. You give it birth. It's an egregor. It's a negative spirit. It's a demonic spirit. It might have came out of one of them goddamn tombs in Kemet or something. You feel me? It's an evil spirit. It's a disagreeable, disruptive spirit. It jumps in niggas like falling. Okay? It's a destructive, destroying APEP. It's like an APEP kind of spirit. And it has possessed a whole bunch of these niggas over the years. It has possessed about 4 or 5 niggas at once. And then we've watched chaos magic ensue, where people try to create realities off of implementing chaos magic, by implementing chaos, by stirring up the waters of people's lower energy, by implementing hate or implementing jealousy and envy. You know what I mean? All of those toxic, hate like, you feel me, energies. And then when you feed into that, you fall into the spell. So joke's on you, Jack. You the one holding the bag. You the ones that can't sleep at night, having nightmares and whatnot. You know, I'm talking about getting abducted by tall blonde aliens and shit like that. So, and then after that, anything that you see on the internet, all of this white conspiracy fear mongering stuff, you fall right into that, because you're already under this weak spell that's going to weaken you. It's going to weaken you. It's going to compromise you, you know? So protect the most important real estate on the planet. That's your hearts and your minds. That's your hearts and your minds. You understand? That's the most important real estate, is your heart and your mind. All right? So we're about to sign out. You feel me? It's been nice. Hit that Cash App up. Hit that Kings County, that big cartel. All right, check out got the gold, you know what I mean? The gold consciousness. You know, these were out for a while, but we've been so flooded with the Garveys. Where's the Garveys? Let's see. We got the Garvey collection. It's only right, you know. I can't edit the commercial in, so I got to give you out the hood commercial. Okay, that's not silver, that's reflector. Okay, that's reflector. That's 3M. See that? Turn the light out. Let me see something. Let's see if this works. Okay. There's a light on it. Is a reflector. Not turn it back on. Yeah. So we got that. We got the 3M reflector scullies, ski masks. You know what I'm talking about? You niggas got some work that you need to put in. When you decide to finally put in some work, come and see me for the ski mask. And not on your own people either. You know what I mean? You want to run up with them onks on your forehead, on your third eye. But check out the site, y'all. kingscounty.bigcartel.com. We got the new website, KNGZ, KNTY, coming in 2019. That's Kings County without the vowels, 44, KNTY, KNGZ, KNTY.com. I guess that's better spelling and easier to do than kingscounty.bigcartel. So we're shortening it up. We're going to give you a popping ass, dope ass online store. And we're going to be growing the business and linking up and merging with other manufacturers to speed up the process of the production, to speed up the process of the manufacturing, to speed up the process of the shipping, and also to step up the design. So it's all about growth. It's all about scaling. It's all about elevation. It's all about bossing up. We started this year dealing with ownership. That's what this year came into. We came into this year with the ownership mentality, because many things in the news were speaking about ownership. We're leaving this year right now dealing with ownership as well. We're seeing with all of the shit with LeBron James. We're seeing with the shit with will I have the Garvey sweatshirts on Saturday at the event in Brooklyn? Shit, will a bird fly? Will a fish swim? Of course. You know what I'm talking about? I'm thinking about having it only Garvey. But, you know, a lot of people want other things from the line. But we are, you know, we are on a path of elevation. I want y'all to know that 2019, we're going to be doing some major things with the shifters. We're coming to the UK. We're coming to Africa. We're going back to the Caribbean. And we're going to be all around the states and whatnot, planting seeds. Okay. I'm very happy for the next coming weeks and things of that nature. I have some very major changes in my life for the better that are about to occur. So I'm just looking forward to everything to do what it do. Okay, 2019. Yeah. Yeah, hit me up for them Garveys. All right. If you're in Brooklyn, like I said, we're gonna be at Nicholas, Brooklyn, January the 19th and the 20th, and we're gonna be live streaming it. And if you know about Nicholas live stream, the shit is upstairs. It don't buffer and it doesn't crash. So you'll be able to tap in. We're gonna try to make. We're not trying to make. We're going to make the majority of the events that we do available for live stream, especially since we're getting the technology to work through our website, KTL Media, where we'll be able to stream directly through the site. So just look out for that. I don't want to talk too much, you know. I don't want to talk too much. But I definitely want to let y'all know that you know, we winning. If you could learn from the lessons and the mistakes that other make, if you could learn from what's being shown to you by the great divine as it speaks through signs, then you'll know how to win. Then you'll understand the synchronicities of what's taking place. Then you'll be able to, if you follow the correct narrative, meaning that if your perception of what's taking place around you is not deceiving you, then you're going to know how to move. Okay? Then you're going to know how to move. So pay attention. You know, just pay attention. Stop being distracted. Stop falling asleep at the wheel. Stop looking at yourself in the mirror like you're not worth anything and this shit is all bad. And because it's a bad day on the stock market, that the world is going to come to an end and all of this dumb shit that people get caught up in because y'all be watching Alex Jones and you're not staying focused. You know what I mean? A lot of people are all over the place, you know? So focus more on your intake because you are what you eat and you eat through your ears, your eyes, and your mouth. So pay attention to that, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all like that. All right. KingsCounty.BigCartel.com, TwinTheMovie.com, KTLmedia.com. All right. Cash App, Phil Moreland. PHILMORELAND. Instagram, EL_Filthmore. At Blue Pillar 44. At KT the Arch Degree, my younger brother. Okay. Melanin Monday 50 coming on Monday. Melanin Monday 50 on New Year's Eve. Movie. Motherfucking movie. Like, yeah, Melanin Monday 50. 50 skulls like Kali on Monday, New Year's Eve. So we'll really wrap up the year and we'll really send this shit home the way that it's supposed to do. And we'll really put this in his bag. And once again, we are not doing the Black and Gold Gala event on New Year's Eve. I apologize to anybody that was preparing to participate in the party, but I didn't have time to promote it. And I don't do anything half-ass. I cannot do it. Can't put my name. I can't attach anything, my brand. I can't do it. If I'm not doing it all the way, I'm not going to do it. You understand? So I hope y'all understand that part. And when we do something and it's planned properly and with enough time available and with everything that needs to be done to make the shit successful, then I need y'all to pull up. Okay? All right. So love and light. All right. Peace to the family. What up, Casey? Y'all give a shout out to Empress Brown, Casey Cooper, legend. Y'all give a shout out to Empress Brown, the moderator in the building, holding it down. And make sure y'all see part 1 because we were doing a stream before this and it got cut. So this is part deuce. This is part 2. So there's a part 1. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment in the comment section. You know what I'm talking about? If there's information that y'all want to add on, based off of the stuff that I was talking about. Drop the link for the ambrosia video. Anybody that's in a comment, drop the link for that. Just drop the link to a lot of shit that I was touching on that you have the information to, because remember, we're in a classroom. I'm not the only one with this information. A lot of us got this shit on the internet. A lot of us got this in our studies and whatnot. Just put the link down there so the rest of the students who are in this classroom could benefit off of this information, off these bars. All right. Peace to the family. I'll see y'all on Monday. Y'all be good. And like I said, I'll see y'all in Brooklyn at the Karanga Kwanzaa celebration at 141 Macon Street, IS 258 on the 29th, Saturday, in 2 more days. Peace.